Torpor, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today, and congratulations on being officially the fastest thing alive, climbing first in the chat for this stream. And hey, it actually put something when I said your name this time. It was still wrong, but well done captions for that little bit of character development there. Oh god, I'm so thirsty. I've been almost an entire week without one of my meds, and I am seeing the effects of not having been able to take it. Cypher, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. I don't know why the hero quest command didn't make any sound for me. I'm hoping that you can... Yeah, you can definitely hear me. I can see that. Hello, Rosie. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Hey, Titters. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, it's really weird. Oh. I think I know what the problem is. Actually. Yeah, no, it's just fucked. It's Stream Elements. Stream Elements is balked. Captioning could be worse. My surname gets auto-corrected to homicides by Microsoft Word. Fantastic. What's the point then? Well, I'd hope that you'd be here to, at the very least, enjoy the game. Yeah, it looks like Stream Elements' sound commands are all fucked. So I guess tomorrow, before the watch party starts, is going to be entirely consumed with me migrating all of my sound commands over to StreamerBot. Because... let's test one of the ones in StreamerBot.
What about my daughter? Did you
They
see
work. I love StreamerBot. It does what you tell it to do. Nothing more, nothing less. And it never forgets what it's supposed to do. It's a good little bot, is StreamerBot. Oh, you know what I've not done? That I completely forgot to do? I forgot to set up a giveaway for this stream. I had a minor hiccup, shall we say, whilst I was trying to get one of the Silent Hill games working on my PC the other day, that resulted in all of my Firefox tabs getting closed. Which includes the tab where the giveaway runs. And I just, because it wasn't there, I completely forgot to set anything up. So give me a second, folks. I am going to set up a giveaway now. Let's see what we've got that we can... very quickly. Porthos, stop licking your poorly paw. It's never going to get better if you keep doing that, buddy. Also, it's really noisy. Let's see what we can give away today. There we go. I don't have a copy of Lusts from Beyond that I can give away, Cypher, sorry. Torpor, thank you for the treat for Porthos. I'll put Porthos cam on and... You failed to catch it. Okay. And all set up. There we go. Giveaway is sorted. I always forget something. Oh, Torpor, thank you for the treat from me. It's very kind of you. It is... I can't fit my hand in the jar. It's a pink flower. Thank you. The heck? Stream Elements, why are you not doing the thing? The command is active and everything. Okay. I think Stream Elements is more broken than I initially thought. Because that command is active. And it's set to everyone can use it, as it always is. But it's not doing anything. And Stream Elements is definitely active in the chat, because... I wouldn't blame you, Cypher, but yeah, it's not you. It's... None of the commands seem to be working, because it's not even like it's just the sound commands. That's really, really strange. Oh, look at that! Another reason for me to spend my entire weekend migrating shit into StreamerBot. It's a shame there's no alcohol in this, I need it now. Anyway... I was only joking about breaking it. Well, apparently Stream Elements heard you and now it's frightened. Anyway, I guess that means the giveaway's not going to work. If anybody wants a copy of Pilgrims, if they're willing to chance it with a ticket. Ah, fuck it, I'll do it myself, actually. Yep, no. Okay, so no giveaway today because Stream Elements is fucked, and I have no idea why. Sorry about that, folks. Why does technology hate me? We'll load our game from last time. Like, I can't even do the previously on Varney Lake, because that's still in Stream Elements as well. The kids went and met the vampire, went to his house, and he gave them out-of-date soda pop, because he didn't have anything else. And now they're just chilling out, thinking about what happened. Now, we know... I can't remember any of their names. I have a terrible memory. We know she survives into adulthood and is doing quite well for herself. She's a self-made woman. She has her own money and everything, which, for the time in which the game is set, pretty fucking impressive. We know he, the lad that we're currently playing as, we know he also survives into adulthood, but with some serious fucking trauma because he ends up being... He ends up going into the Vietnam War. Vietnam? I think it was Vietnam. And coming out of that with no home, no family, and no money. So, in the, what is for this game the present day, he is a homeless Vietnam vet. And she is basically the exact opposite of that. We don't know what happens to this young man. I'm thinking he probably doesn't make it. But we'll see. You think you exist, and therefore you do. Doug! Doug is the name of the kid we don't know the future of. This is nice, isn't it? But you'd rather not think. And exist without knowing it. So. Such a happy game you found for us. Hey! This is the way these things work. I mean, if Stream Elements wasn't fucking broken, there'd be a timed reminder that horror games do tend to have serious subtexts to them. Doug ends up as a shouty twat on the internet. Maybe. What are we doing today? Ooh, what do we want to do? So I think last time we had to make a choice, we had an extra option. We could do these things, but we could also do other stuff, and we decided to stay and stare at the clouds, which is just a lovely way to spend a day when you're a kid, isn't it? It'd be nice if we could find time to do shit like that as adults, I think. Let's go fishing. How many fish does the old geezer want? Christine glares at Doug. You know that Martin is like a father to Christine. So, in the, what's the word I'm looking for here? Sorry, my brain is just mush today, apparently. In the style of the Stephen King books that this is very clearly taking a lot of cues from, Christine has a terrible home life. She lives with her mum. Migraines will do that to you. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, Nikki, welcome in. I hope you're doing okay, and thank you for the treat for me and the treat for Porthos. I will do the treat for me first, because I am currently on camera. It is a fizzy watermelon slice. Thank you very much. And the treat for Porthos is... There we go. Hopefully you got that nice Porthos crunch ASMR there. Hang on, Stephen King, mixed gender group of kids. Not sure I like where this is going. Well, these two are related. He fancies her. She has a boyfriend who is older and out of town, because she's not actually from around here. So these two live near Varney Lake. She's here for the summer with her mum, who is probably at the moment too drunk to even know where she is or what she's doing, let alone care. Christine? 9. You let out a whistle. And if we bring him 9 fish, is he going to tell us where to catch the albino tarpon? Christine nods. Ah, that's right. So there's a guy who apparently knows about this super rare fish and where it is and how to catch it, which is identical to a fucking Resident Evil 4 remake, like, side quest you can do. Misread that for a moment. Oh no. But yeah, so if they catch 9 fish for him, he will tell them where this super rare fish is and how to catch it. How are we going to catch so many fish? Last time it was a disaster. Doug's right. But what he doesn't take into account is that Martin gave Christine some advice. There's a fishing mini game. You sure this is not some elaborate math puzzle game? Oh god, it might be. Don't laugh, but Martin says that to fish we have to open our senses. Do you know what synesthesia is? Okay. Synesthesia is the ability to perceive something with a different sense than the one stimulated. Seeing a colour when you hear a musical note, for example. Give me a second, folks.
Yeah. Let's go. Get the fuck downstairs, stupid.
Wow. He was being so sweet, and then the second I unmuted myself, you probably heard that. Yeah, you did, because it's on the captions. Thanks, Slow. I asked Slow to feed Porthos for me because I finished work late. And Slow has just finished the thing he was doing and is feeding the dog. The other day, one of the weather services said there was a tea storm coming. A tea storm? I've never heard of one of those before. Martin says that to be a good fisherman, you have to develop synesthesia. When you catch something and try to pull it out of the water, there's going to be resistance. The fish is going to try to get loose. And what you have to do is imagine those movements in a specific colour. Green for a weak movement, yellow for a normal one, and red for a sudden one. As long as we respond with the movements that compensate for the fish's attempts to escape, we're going to tire it out, and we're going to be able to get it out of the water. Right, okay, I'm seeing why they're going for the synesthesia thing here. Red, yellow, green for colourblind people is a bit sucky, but I don't know if there's a colourblind setting in this. I think there is, actually, when I was looking at it before. I know it meant thunderstorm, but I had the image of a tester jelf falling from the sky, pack of feral trans masks gathering it up. Oh my god, that's amazing, Cypher. I love that. Like, I thought, with you saying a tea storm, that it was just like, it was a specific kind of storm that they just called a tea storm. But yeah, thunderstorm makes sense, but I much prefer the idea of there just being testosterone raining from the sky. It's raining men? Hallelujah? Yeah, that works. Oh. And I specifically love the mental image of a pack of feral trans masks. I bet this game would be a lot different if it was Jim Varney Lake. Okay, I have no idea who Jim Varney is. Welcome on in, Seno. I hope you're doing well today. I'm sure it's a very funny joke, but unfortunately I do not get it because I live under a rock. Okay. So we've got a fishing mini game that they have used synesthesia to make more believable in game. Do you know the Ernest films? Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't know the name, but I know what the Ernest films are. I never bothered watching them because they did not look like my cup of tea. You are still trying to understand what Christine said. Doug starts laughing. And you say my games are complicated. Fishing isn't a game, Doug. If you want to be good at something, you have no choice but to learn all the tricks. She's not wrong. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Maybe I don't see. Oh no, I do see. We caught an eel! That's actually a really nicely done eel as well. Look at its little face. Bop. I caught an eel, Slow. Look!
That is definitely an eel. Bastard. Eel's a bastard. You asked me dad about it one time.
I'm too used to the fish from Dredge. Yeah, that's fair. This one doesn't have extra teeth. We should be fine.
No, that's shit, what are they called?
Lampreys?
No, my dad goes fishing for them once a year. They look like
This is now a slow fishing stream.
Oh God, what are they called? Not trout. They're big and they've got a mouth that's basically all teeth and no mouth.
Then they don't have a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Slow. Is there something you wanted other than to give me affection?
No, but now I can't help but thinking about a bloody fish.
You're welcome. I'm gonna get back to it. Moray? That's a kind of eel, isn't it?
It is an eel. Yeah, that's not a moray though. It's like a small regular eel you catch off the coast.
Do we not want an eel? Does an eel not count? I mean, I guess it's technically not a fish. It's its own special flavour of.
You can eat an eel. People eat eels. I don't know why.
No, we're not trying to eat them. Somebody said that if we caught 9 fish, they'd tell us where to find the super rare fish.
Well, no, an eel isn't a fish. No.
How is this fish not tired yet?
You've never been fishing.
I have never been fishing. Fishing is not really my cup of tea.
Like,
my barrel of bait.
It's more like come back in 30 minutes.
Oh, I lost it. I thought I caught another fish. I got an achievement called Freedom!
Failed to catch a fish.
Hey! Stream Elements woke up!
Is it supposed to be doing that?
Giveaways back on, everybody! Stream Elements has figured out that it's supposed to be here. Oh my fucking god.
Well, the boys come up, so I'm going to leave. Otherwise I'm going to strangle him.
Don't strangle the dog. And especially don't talk about doing things like that whilst I'm live on stream.
He's fine.
Because then I have to talk about strangling you.
Hero Quest is the best game ever made.
There you go, Cypher. You've got your Hero Quest. Finally. That's not my hand. You enjoying that, Porthos?
Yeah, time outside with me. They have food.
Okay, I'm gonna keep fishing whilst you folks enjoy a lovely view of Slow's arm and some of Porthos. There we go.
Then we go to the right, and then we go to the left.
Who came up with the idea that fishing was a good way to make the most of our time together? I mean, fair. I'm gonna try one more time.
Naked dog. The dog is naked.
You taking his collar off?
Taking his collar off. Because now he's doing his best Cha-Cha Slide impression. Come here, buddy. Naked dog.
Oh, I get it. I have screwed this up, and I understand now.
Well, did you not bring it to the surface? You brought it to the bottom.
The things at the side here tell you what variety of coloured bar on the screen you need to be able to actually hook the fish. I was just trying to hit them all. There we go! I caught another fish! Now I actually understand the, It's a trout!
That's a trout. That's definitely a trout.
I really like the way they've designed the fish in this game.
You know how it's a trout?
Never heard a guy complain about playing with his rod before. Indeed, Cypher. How do you know it's a trout, Slow?
Usually, the way they've done the limited colour palette, because the top of the fish is pearlescent and the bottom of the fish is coloured, because the actual fish is slightly pearlescent and its fin shape is distinct.
Fish facts with Slow. Are you just going to keep watching until I've caught all of the fish now?
Fish!
Fish? Remember the last time we grilled one? Hey,
Hello
Buff,
there.
welcome in. I hope you're doing well today.
Also, fucking chat is fish.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm curious. Can you catch
No.
Can you catch the fish? But yeah, like a decent fight is 5+ minutes at a minimum to catch a fish. Video games really dumb it down.
Well, of course they do.
I mean, that's fine. But like, you're going, no, that's not fucking Jesus
I caught a
Christ.
fish.
There's also the fact that sometimes, if you're a moron, like me, you'll lift your rod up and get stuck in a tree. Or worse.
I'm not going to make that a sound command either, Cypher. Hilarious as that would be.
That's another trout.
It's another trout.
Okay, now club it to death.
No.
That's what you do. That's
No.
what you do.
No.
You get a sort of 6-inch club with solid hardwood, and you beat the fucker to death.
We'll have no mindless fish violence here, thank you very much.
I mean, I'm always been brought up as a catch and release, but I get the distinct impression you're not catching and releasing them in a big tube net that you keep on the side. You're bashing them on a rock or something, or suds.
Was watching some of the Great Wars videos. Oh, any good Buff? Going back to playing with the rod. What do we get?
Another
It's a
trout.
trout!
Well, this is the
I'm
worst
seeing a pattern here.
This is the worst fishing spot ever.
Hey, we just have to catch 9 fish.
All
I don't
trout.
care if it's the same fish every fucking time or not. We
like-
want 9 fish and then we get to see the magic fish.
But like, unless you go specifically like to a reservoir with trout in, you wouldn't get this many trout.
This is a lake. That's an eel.
Or yeah, okay, fair enough. Eel.
We now have 2 eels. Ah. Shit, I hope the vampire didn't hear me do that.
What, you can do
He'll
eel
get
hands
angry.
now. Do eel hands now.
I don't want to do eel hands. What is wrong with you? Watch your entire playlist for each episode every year of the war. They did a video on the best mustaches in World War One. Okay, that sounds like my kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
no.
generally don't care for like history YouTube stuff.
Apart from a few things.
Very specific things.
Yeah, it's usually presentation and topic. I
Yeah.
find.
Like, there's a couple of Laserpig videos that I have found, enjoyable.
Where is the red line?
There is no red line! There you go.
Wow, this fish is actually fighting properly.
She's an
No,
arsehole.
it's another eel.
No, it's not. It's a trout.
Oh, fucking trout fingers. Best mustaches of World War One does sound like an interesting video and a nice way to approach what is.
What was a bit racially insensitive, Cypher? Ah, the fun game of eel or trout. Place your bets, everyone. Is
You know
it
what
an
I'm saying?
eel? Is it a trout? The count impression. Yeah. This game has a vampire in it, and I did a Count Von Count impression, which I realised now, and I'm sorry,
What are
was
you playing?
was extremely insensitive, and I will not do it again.
What are you playing?
It's called Varney Lake. It is
Varney
a pixel.
Lake.
Varney Lake.
Varney.
Varney, as in
Varney.
Varney the vampire. Slow thinks it's funny. I'm being deadly serious, no pun intended. By all means, Buff, pop it in the YouTube channel, definitely. I love seeing stuff like that. Like, thanks to Nikki the other day, I spent the entirety of yesterday, because none of the streamers I watch were live during the day. I spent the entirety of yesterday watching basically everything Trash Theory has ever done. I'm really enjoying it. A link to D&D Smut Book on the Discord. Did you? I did not see that. Was it that in the RP section?
Isn't a book on the type of tobacco you can get in D&D, or a book on pipes, or
Prawn. Smut.
Oh, I read it as smoke. I apologise.
Nope. Smut. Fizz.
And you've lost me. Just
Nudity.
Like that. And you've lost me like that.
Was it the one that has, like, should we say naughty campaigns and equipment?
Like, this isn't
the one which I got my Boots of Command from, I believe they were called. Kinks and Cantrips. Okay, that sounds fantastic.
That's a neat name.
It is. I love the way that different groups... Slow, do you want to sit down? I've got a spare chair and everything. You're just looming behind me like some sort of eldritch entity.
I'm good.
I'm being audited, everyone. I'm being audited by my partner, who still hasn't done the save sound command for me that he promised he would do.
Yeah, no, I remembered that last time.
Slow by name, slow by nature.
Very much so, yeah.
A trout! Who'd have thought?
Oh my god, it's a trout. Now there's 5. Time for lunch.
We need 2 more fish, and then we can stop.
Oh, it's a Kickstarter. Is it running right now, or is it finished? With Kinks and Cantrips.
Let's have a look-see. The one thing I really love about the Pixel Pulps is that I can just open up links and the game doesn't shit itself. Oh, my. Very nice. I wonder if Shanus has seen that. Shanus loves, like, unusual D&D stuff. Mustache video in the Discord. I tagged you to make it easy to find. Awesome. Thank you very much, Buff. Tagging not strictly necessary because I do tend to look over everything when I've got time. I haven't had time today because I came straight out of work, which I finished late into the stream. But yeah. But thank you for putting that in the Discord for me. That will be some good post-stream watching.
I thought maybe it was something I was familiar with called Carbon Pink, but no.
I think this one might be an eel. I was right. Okay, one more, and that should be all 9 fishies. This game really doesn't want me to get all 9 fish, and I don't know why. But you've given me a challenge game, and I have to do it. I have to prove that it can be done. Shit. Hey! Eels are meant to be tasty. I have heard that, yes. I've never tried eel.
Should oily. Among other things. And again, you might like it.
Not seen my little red cyberpunk picture. No, I have not, Cypher. That in the art channel, because I will take a look after the stream.
The ones that I've had, both kind of they're oily. I mean, when I was on holiday with family, and my dad would go fishing, he made a point
He's
of
back.
like catching eels, bringing it round to the B&B, and being like, "Hey guys, I brought you fresh fish and eels. Can we split it, and I'll give you half a cat."
There's a cat outside.
There's a cat outside. It's a black and white cat with white socks and one really big white back sock.
We've lost him, and he's just gonna stay there and stare at the cat and probably narrate the cat walking about. This is
It is. It's the one from the other day. My friend.
Okay, Slow, I love you. I do. But why are you in here?
want me to go away?
Well, I'm trying to play a narrative game.
I'll fuck off then. I'll leave you. Your auditing is complete.
How did I do in my audit, or do I have to wait 30 days for the report to be compiled?
Eel.
Is eel a good score in an audit? I have no idea what just happened.
Hey, buddy.
The dog still doesn't have his collar on.
Naked dog.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Slows back.
I have invaded again to do this. I was going to do it quietly, but then someone followed me because they missed me. Yes, they missed having Dad about, didn't you? Didn't you? Eel, 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 eel.
Fuck's sake.
Eel. Hey, buddy.
Anyway. Oh, we're watching Creature from the Black Lagoon, apparently. Creature from the Black Lagoon. You have to see it. It's hard to compete with Christine. House of Wax, Invaders from Mars, The Thing from Another World. Doesn't matter what horror movie it is. She's watched them all. That's not fair. Your boyfriend works at the movie theatre. Ah. Relationship perks. There he is again. Christine's boyfriend. Is it really necessary to mention him so much? Oh, somebody's jealous. Oh, okay, hang on. I tried to continue the we're gonna just save over that. I tried to continue the conversation whilst I was taking a drink, and it went horribly wrong. Take a deep breath and look up at the sky. The shape of the truck's hood fits perfectly against your back. It's a nice looking truck. I don't know cars, so I don't know what make it's supposed to be, but it's a nice looking truck. And you force yourself to smile. Toad season, Doug? Doug raises his eyebrows and starts making noises with his mouth. You can't contain your laughter. You're disgusting. Doug laughs too. With a hoarse laughter, almost as if he were choking. Uh-oh. I hope he's not. You remember that afternoon of last summer very well. That's a look, Christine. That is a why do I hang around with these two face if I have ever seen one. I just love Doug's I'm making frog impressions face. He looks so happy. He's in his lane. He's thriving. Or croaking, as the case may be. Doug had gotten a vinyl record he was obsessed with. You'd seldom seen him like that. And how he'd insisted that you listen to it. The record was part of a collection documenting the sounds of the world. I'm sure he's going to croak. Oh, I see what you did there. Go on, you can have a good joke for that. Seeing as that's working now as well. Oh no, I already moved good joke and bad joke over to StreamerBot ages ago. Everything from distant cultures to meteorological phenomena. Hey! Godzilla works again! Yeah, I'll get all of the sound effects migrated over to StreamerBot this weekend. Doug wasn't particularly interested in the collection, but this record, it was special. It included recordings of toads singing in the middle of mating season. Could you please stop? Christine's anger only makes you laugh harder. Doug finally stops imitating the toads. The laughter gradually fades away and ends up turning into a sustained sigh. You look at your friend and think about what he confessed to you that afternoon. It was sad, but neither of you had older siblings or a father figure to lean on. Bat! Oh, pretty. We're having a screenshot of that. That's got to be the vampire, hasn't it? He's just hanging out, watching a horror movie with his new human friends. That final record with its songs of toads during mating season was the closest thing Doug had to a Playboy. You can't stop here, this is Bat Country. Well done. What's that? On that branch. You see? Where? It's the bat signal! Everybody, it's Batman! The bat soars into the air with a loud screech. Actually, do we still have...
Batman! Batman, you have!
I need to set that one up so that it triggers whenever someone says Batman without the exclamation mark. Fuck my eyes! Yeah. I'm going to assume that the vampire in Varney Lake is actually just called Varney, and we're going to call him Varney from now on. Yeah, we've just blinded Varney, I think. Come here. We know it's you. Yeah, Doug's figured it out as well. We get a transformation sequence with appropriate transformation music. Fantastic. Oh dear. I just got disconnected from chat. Hopefully that wasn't the stream shitting itself like it did the other day. If somebody could do something in chat so that I know that you're all still here and safe, I would appreciate it. Ah, okay, cool. Thank you, Cypher. Cool. We're alive. We're safe. Thank you, everybody.
Get nice and moist for me, won't
And
you?
thank you for the hydrate. I did just have a sip, but I'm going to do it again.
Give me your fuck boy.
How long have you been there? You're not following us, are you? I told you. I'm indebted to you. See? He's a freak. Wait a minute. Brandon stopped bothering us, right? So? Are we good? The vampire nods. If I'm not mistaken, the vampire killed Brandon. You can't deny that his presence at the drive-in bothers you a little. The drive-in is something for the three of you. The Only Child's Club. The Only Child's Club? The question takes you by surprise. Wasn't that what Christine had said? That the vampire could read your minds? I am an only child too. Ah! Senior member of the Only Child's Club. And by senior, I mean he's literally hundreds of fucking years old. Now, Don't you be discriminatory, kids. He's still an only child. Just because he is literally centuries your senior doesn't mean he shouldn't be allowed into the club. Or at least, that's what I thought. Scandal. Also, perfect, like, wistful stare. Who do we think his sibling is? It's a really good profile. He's got such a fantastic nose. He's all angles and sharp points. Very nicely designed. There's something in his eyes that forces you to pay attention. A sadness that you can relate to. And considering Doug and Christine's silence, you could swear they're feeling something similar. It's how one of my exes described me. All angles and sharp bits. How does someone turn into a vampire? Puts his hand on his jugular and remains silent. Ah, you got pointy hips, do you, Cypher? Is he really an only child? The vampire tells you that he believed so for most of his life. Raised by a strong mother and an older gentleman. But after the conversion, he had discovered that he was born on the other side of the Atlantic. Like razor blades, they tell me. Oh, wow. And that he had a twin brother. However, his original family had given him to a couple who couldn't have children. And who were about to emigrate to the United States. Oh! So it's very likely, then, that he was from the UK. Isn't that tragic? Two brothers separated at birth and turned into two only childs. What's his real name? The vampire says that his name is not important, but that you can call him List. Interesting name. List. The vampire just told you to call him List. After listening to him, you can't deny he had suffered just as much as the three of you. What will the others say? Nah, just call him not important. Yeah, my name's not important. Oh, okay. Hello, not important. A bit of an odd name. But I suppose you've only got your parents to blame for that. Will they give List a chance to prove himself as a new member of the club? Xantos! Oh, we're playing as Xantos! Xantos, for anybody that doesn't already know, was a character that was introduced at the very end of the last part of the Pixel Pulp adventure series. He is in what for this game is the present day, 1981. And he is a goat boy. Hence the being covered from head to toe, so nobody can see that he is actually a goat boy. Lou calls it goat Tourette's. You know he doesn't mean it in a bad way. As well as being your godfather, Lou is a writer. And sometimes writers use words like shortcuts. Your mum didn't like it when Lou said goat Tourette's. You had read about Tourette's, and you understood the comparison. Doctors called attention in a muscle group that the individual with Tourette's relieves with motor tics, the premonitory urge. Your case is different. The urgency is not focused on a specific muscle group, but rather in the whole of your being. With every kick, every jump, and every blow, you feel alive. As if all of a sudden, the veil were pulled back. Goat Tourette's is what allows you to bear being unable to show yourself to the world as you really are. As you were when your parents and your godfather found you that night in 1966. Goat Tourette's is the way you found to forgive yourself, at least for a little while. Oh! I'm bad at this. The spasmodic movements release the accumulated tension, and for a moment you feel the veil being lifted. I'm Xantos, son of Victoria and Lee, godson of Lou. And I am a goat man. You breathe a sigh of relief, but you know the sensation won't last long, and you still have things to do. You wonder if Lou made the right choice in selecting you for the job. Xantos, private detective. You hope to one day have your own sign on the door of an office downtown. So that's an interesting approach they've taken there. And I appreciate the fact as well that, he's not got any better way of describing what it is that he needs to do there. But he doesn't like the way Lou has described it. We go with that because there's no quicker and easier way of saying it at the moment, but it's not something we're comfortable with. And I kind of like the fact that they've done that. I wish we could have come up with something better. I wish Xantos himself would have gone, I prefer to refer to it like this, or something. But it's the thing that goats do where they just sort of hop and skip and jump. Bit like having the zoomies, I guess. Is there a proper word for it when goats do it? There might be. It's not something I know for sure, though. Jigging, maybe? Not sure about goats. Just sort of in general, or... For people, it's called stimming, yeah. So this is 1981. Stimming wasn't... I don't think that was a phrase that was in regular rotation at that point in time. I think stimming is a way that's been used to describe it more recently than that. But science on the subject was considerably less robust in the 80s. You nod to Lou and walk back into the Nyack Cafe. I'm going to say it's probably Nyack. Because otherwise I'm going to be going nyak, nyak, nyak. We're just starting. And for now, your tasks are pretty simple. Lou asked you to watch Jimmy and Christine during the interview, and to follow Jimmy after the meeting. Your godfather had told you that, after telling them the truth, anything could happen. And that you had to be very careful with the consequences of their actions. And you? Oh wow, look at that, look at his eyes. That's That's really nice. Really nicely done. Wasn't that what you were? Goat eyes creep me out. That is fair. And here they are very much intended to do that, especially as they are on a human body. A consequence of their actions. Ooh, Xantos. I wish to hug the goat boy. Ooh. Interesting. I'm surprised that they broke away from 1954 for such a small piece there. Like, Xantos doing his stimming was really nice to see, but that felt very, very short. So I'm wondering what the purpose of that was. I suppose we'll find out as we go through. Oh, and just for the record, I'm planning on going till about 9 PM tonight. Because there is a specific channel I would like to raid, and they're going to be doing what I was planning on raiding for at around about 9 PM. The raindrops pound the roof, and you have to speak loudly to be able to hear each other. It's really coming down out there. Why does he feel the need to talk all the time? When you have nothing to say, you just stay quiet. It's really coming down out there. Why describe what everyone can already see? You stretch a bit. Do we go back then? Both of them nod. Jimmy seems like he's going to say something else, but ultimately changes his mind. Another of his astute observations. Your legs dangle from the platform. A gentle breeze caresses your arms, and you sigh. Just glad to get away from goat eyes. Fair play, Cypher. You wonder what you'll remember of all of this 10 years from now. Hey, we know the answer to that one. We know how much she's going to remember in 20 years. And in 20? Ah, there we go. Beat you to it. Take that, Christine. In 25? Let me think a little. You look at your cousin. I am so proud of Doug right now. He's just accepted List straight into the only child's club family, as it were. They're playing chess together. Oh. Here's one for you, chat. If you could play chess with a vampire, would you? If you could play any board game with a vampire, would you? What would you play? Since the night you started hanging out with the vampire at the drive-in, the dynamics of the Only Child's Club had changed. Oh, that is a phrase, isn't it? Hanging out with the vampire at the drive-in.
Hero Quest is the best
Play
game
Hero
ever made,
Quest.
and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
And if the vampire didn't say that, he would be very wrong. Doug spends most of his time with List. And now that you have more space for just the two of you, Jimmy seems to have closed in on himself. Yes, let's rub salt in the wound. We'll talk about the boyfriend. So Christine knows that Jimmy has a thing for her. She's known for ages. But you know, she's got a boyfriend. She doesn't live in the area. She's older than him as well, which is a bit of a bugbear at times, it seems. So you know, she's quite happy as long as he's not confessing his feelings to her, to just let him think that she's none the wiser, and for them to continue their friendship as it has always been. So we're not going to do this one because that is very mean-spirited. Let's talk about... I kind of want to talk about the vampire. Let's address the vampire in the room. In the drive-in. Do you think what Liz said about the games is true? I'm sorry, what? Jimmy raises his shoulders. He looks like he wants to say something, but regrets it. I don't know if it's true, but I think it makes sense. I always wondered about the origins of certain board games. To think they're an advanced society's experiment to study us? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry if you can hear that outside. I don't know if it's like half term or something, but the neighborhood kids have been super loud this week. And it's also really sunny, so, you know, they're outside doing neighborhood kid things. It seems more credible than the idea that a random person could have designed something like chess. Okay. Painted a Bretonian under the rain. Holy shit, Rocket, congratulations. All good? It's year 6 sats at the minute. Oh, is it? That delightful time of year. I never want to think about it again. I hated doing my sats. Hated doing my GCSEs as well, to be fair. And my A-levels. And my university exams. I don't like exams. It started raining mid-painting and it pissed me off. Yeah, fair play, Rocket. Well, good on you. Take that, weather. Look, exams suck. Yes, they fucking do, Cypher. I like my cousin's games. But I don't know. I always feel there's something missing. You regret what you said as soon as the words leave your mouth. Out of everything you could have said about Doug, why choose that? Something like what? Okay, we regret what we said, so we're not going to give an example. Never mind. Jimmy scratches his head. Wow, this is like the most awkward conversation ever, and I am not very good at socializing, so I know a thing or two about awkward conversations. You wonder what he's thinking. We're gonna end up having to talk about our boyfriend at this rate. Did you talk to Maggie? Oh my god. Get your head out of the clouds, Jimmy. The pretty girl is talking to you. You are not endearing yourself to her. If you talk to Maggie? Jimmy looks at you for a few seconds, and finally looks down. She called by to give my mum something. That's it. His "that's it" annoys you. As if Jimmy thinks he owes you an explanation. I really don't want to do it. It seems mean. But strip chest is a bit far. Okay. Oh, as an example of something that is missing from the games. Yeah, no, I agree. We're not doing strip chess here. We'll have none of that, thank you. How did you find out about it? Hey, Beep, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Folks, if you are not following Beep Salt, you really should be. Fantastic streamer and a fellow member of the Clock Tower. To answer your question, Beep, So this is the second in a series of games called the Pixel Pulp Adventures. It's by an indie studio. And I found out about them because a good friend of mine and fellow streamer David Vania gave me a copy of the first game because it was about the Mothman. And I am a raving Mothman nerd. So he'd come across it on Steam at some point and gone, here, have this game. It's exactly your kind of thing. And he was not wrong. Does Big Scared know about this? They love Mothman. I do not know. I will have to let them know. But yeah, Mothman 1966 is the first game in the series. It is wonderful. It is so much fun. We had a great time with it in chat. We even have a Mothman command for if you think you've spotted Mothman during the stream. And after we finished playing that, I decided to keep the command just in case anybody spotted Mothman in any other games. It's absolutely wonderful. This is the point when Stream Elements decides not to work again, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like Stream Elements has shat itself again. Fantastic. We just can't have nice things here tonight, folks. Yeah. Sorry, Cypher. Thank you for trying, though. Oh no, Godzilla's working. Mothman might be on Triggerfire. Triggerfire, which the dev for has gone AWOL. Just gotta put up with me. No, don't worry about it. Yeah, Mothman was absolutely fantastic, and for any Mothman lore nerds, there's so much to love there, because it takes all sorts of little things from every different iteration of the Mothman story, as it were. Oh, Cypher, thank you very much for the treat for me.
Have you taken a mess today? Get
Hey,
it fucking down, you.
Lord, welcome on in. And yes, I have taken my meds because I finally got them! The treat for me is a swirly fish. Thank you. Yeah, so this is the second in a series of 3.
Hello there.
The third one is called Bansen Nights and is coming out either later this year or at the beginning of next year, from what the devs have said. So Mothman is obviously about Mothman. This is Salem's Lot meets Stand By Me. And Bansen Nights looks like it's going to be a combination of Twister and Constantine, which I am super hyped for. Made in Renpai. That's the engine I develop in. So cool. Really, Beep? That's awesome. I did not know that. But yeah, they're really nicely done, and being a bit of a pixel art nerd, I love the limited colour palettes in these games and how effectively they're used. You'll hear me talking about the art that's in these quite a lot, because I just get very, very hyped about it. And yes, very definitely Stephen King fusion dance going on with this one, Pud. Bad End Theatre, DDLC. Ooh, I'll take a look. I haven't played either of them. Yes, Pudlord. Oh, no, not at all, Beep. Don't worry about it. We take our time going through these games because it gives us the opportunity to have conversations like that. I love getting to actually talk to everybody in chat about what's going on in the game and other things that... Hi, Porthos. Also, we get distracted sometimes, don't we, baby? When somebody comes and sits in my chair, you're still naked. Naked dog. Last time I did this with the camera so that you could see him sat in my chair, I spent the rest of the stream when it was on me with it being at a Dutch angle, which is not great, but... Too lewd for Twitch. It's Porthos without his collar on. Okay. Let's put your collar back on, baby. There you go. Looks like somebody owns you now. Yeah. Hi. And back to me. I'm sorry. I know that's not what you're here for. You're all here for the dog. I know. I'm sorry. I got that reference. Shit, I've been rumbled. That screech is specifically from me. Well, don't worry. Another great thing about this game is I can play it with one hand, which means I can continue to scratch him. You like that, don't you, buddy? Yeah. Okay, that enough. You done now? Nope, nope. More scratches. More scratches. We'll zoom the camera out a little bit so you can see when he's booping my hand as well. Or you can at least get a little bit of snoot in there when he isn't sniffing my desk. Oh, shit, I forgot to show you folks. I finished my beetle. No, I have not, Cypher. Please, no spoilers. I have not had time or energy to watch Visions yet. I want to sit down and watch it properly. Beetle friend! Yes, I want the rest of them. There are 2 other beetles and a crab in the series. I want them all. The crab looks so cool. I was showing it to my boss earlier. Okay, what do we talk about? What do we talk about? I am gonna give Porthos some quick ear rubs from Beep. Because he loves ear rubs, don't you, baby? Yeah. He's especially from Beep Salt. Yes, you do the little at me. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. Okay, so we can either talk about our boyfriend or we can say nothing. Saying nothing would be kinder. And we did say earlier that, you know, when we don't have anything to say, we don't say anything. So we're going to say nothing. We're not going to be mean. Oh, doggy, you okay? Fuck. Ha! Oh, you tried to beat a centuries-old person at chess. He has had all the time in the universe to learn all the best tricks with chess. You're like 12. That was never gonna end well for you. I mean, unless it was me that was the vampire, because I'm shit at chess. Mate in 4. Forced. They finally finished the game. You didn't know how much more you could take. You stand up and smooth out your pants. Oh, look how happy he is! Yes! Weep, child! Weep as you see your city driven before you. It's not a city, is it? What is it? Army! It's an army! There we go. I'm good at this stuff. So happy. Ha ha ha, I beat the 12-year-old. Yeah, exactly. That's what that face is. We're getting a screenshot of that for later. We're just gonna have so many list reaction faces on the Discord by the time we finish this game. I can feel it. Can feel it in me water. One more. No, that's enough for today. Why don't you tell us one of your stories? Chess is the only thing in the area older than the vamp besides the trees. And maybe the grass, yeah. Forgot about grass. Liz nods, and you get ready to listen. I love his transformation sequences. He's like Sailor Moon, but goth. Which story would you like to hear? Godfrey the Glue Maker, Gilbert the Lumberjack, or Milo the Thief? Okay, folks, which one do we want to hear? Sailor Goth, yes! That's the wrong... We go. I'm gonna see if I can do a poll from here. This is the point when Tids jumps in and has already done the poll before I even get the chance to finish writing. Okay, we've got a 2-minute poll. What do you want to hear? The story of Godfrey the Glue Maker, Gilbert the Lumberjack, or Milo the Thief? You can put in additional votes using your bar tokens if you so desire. Mum, hello, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today, and thank you for the treat for Porthos. I will bring the camera over to him. There he is. There's the boy. And I will give him a treat. Oh, no, you're fine, Tidders. Extra votes or save for Uwu? Decisions, Cypher. Yeah, I was just saying that I was going to set up a poll, and then I went, oh, I bet before I can even finish typing out the options, Tidders is going to have made a poll, and I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, never mind. But no, don't worry about spacing out. You relax, okay? No need to worry about doing any mod stuff tonight, unless like somebody needs ban hammering, and I'm sure if that happens, you'll be there and ready. You have a gift for the ban hammer. Like, honestly, whenever you ban one of the dodgy ones from the chat, no worries at all, Tids. You enjoy your time in the Lurkers Lounge. Yeah, whenever Tidders bans somebody from chat, which doesn't happen very often, to be honest with you, because we have a lovely community here and we rarely get ne'er-do-wells into the bar. I just, like, imagine it just pulling this huge, comically oversized hammer out of basically nowhere, like Amy Rose from Sonic, and just whacking them with it. I already saved my tokens for my gold Klingon squig. Ah, yes, and of course, because all of my squigs are in a box somewhere at the moment for house moving issue reasons. Harley Quinn in a gas mask, gotcha. Yes, exactly. Excuse you, Hobby, we are ne'er-do-wells. Hellions, whippersnappers. You are, but you're my kind of ne'er-do-wells. It's the fash that we don't want in here. You know what they say? You have one fash in, and then you're the fash pub. We don't want the fash in here. Okay, we have the results of the poll. But first, you need to see this. Look at him. Look at him. He's so comfy. He's so comfy. Just chilling out in my chair. Good boy. Such a good boy. Sweet boy. Okay, so the results of the poll, unsurprisingly, is that we want to know the story of Milo the Thief. Because crimes! So, Let's find out the story of Milo the Thief. Quimes, says List. Milo the Thief. Milo was on the run. He had robbed a shopkeeper and was chased to the entrance of the forest. Oh, look at that face! Fucking get gay B crimes, yes, exactly. That's definitely how that saying goes. The chase didn't stop there, and an hour later, when the sun finally set, Milo was sure he wouldn't be caught. Without letting up his pace, Sinister. Hello. Welcome in. Do we... There we go. We do get TTS.
Very naughty vampires doing crimes. Good times.
Good times indeed. Thank you so much for being subscribed for 20 fucking months. Holy shit. You are very close to that 2-year mark. Congratulations. Thank you. Welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's lovely to have you here. Norm Brayfogel. That is not a name I recognise. Could you, give me a hint? I'm very bad with names. It's a miracle I remember my own name. Without letting up his pace, and always stretching his arms forward to avoid hitting a tree, Milo continued on into the darkness of the forest. After walking for a while, the thief ran into a jagged wall. And almost at the same time, he heard a growl closer than he would have liked. Surely he couldn't have managed to escape from the soldiers, only to end up being eaten by a bear. Oh, we have a sound command for that. Definitely have a sound command for that. He was a tasty snack. Okay, nope. Yeah, so, Milo runs into the forest to escape the cops, and a bear goes... Stream Elements, come on. Don't leave me hanging. No, okay, Stream Elements is fucking me over. Gutted. He was an excellent comic artist known for very dramatic shading and great sense of dramatic and gothic. Unfortunately, he passed a few years ago, but left a legacy of truly bitching art, specifically Batman art. Ah, right, okay. No, I think I've seen some of his Batman art. Yeah, that makes sense. I can get behind that. With his hands resting on the wall, he looked for a foothold so he could climb up. He was shaken, but the effort was worth it. This is my favourite piece of his. Yes, I have seen his art before, yeah. And I can completely appreciate why this particular image would give you those kind of vibes. That's awesome. Yeah, me too, Mum. Me too. The thief found the entrance to a small cave through which the animal would not fit. He crawled through the darkness, and too exhausted to do anything else, he fell asleep. Worn out, he sleeps. And when sleep has ended... Milo awoke to find himself in a dark cave. Seriously, this guy has the best expressions. Look at that. For anyone that didn't get that reference, that was John Robertson with The Dark Room. If you have not seen John Robertson's comedy, and specifically not seen The Dark Room, you should. It's hilarious. It's exactly my kind of comedy. Milo awoke with the first light of morning. He looked inside and noticed that the cave was deeper than he had thought the night before. He squatted down and moved forward until he reached a gallery where he could finally stretch out. He couldn't believe his luck. It was the perfect hiding place. Not just from the bear, but from the town authorities. Thirst light, indeed. Thirsty light. Everything around here's so horny. He looked around and noticed a group of mushrooms that had grown on a kind of mound. I think he did Ra's al Ghul's story, which meant he drew Ra's al Ghul's shirtless sword fight, which is how all of the good Ra's al Ghul stories end. No, never mind, it's better. It's a shirtless shovel fight. Batman Birth of the Demon was the story. Oh, wicked! He approached and plucked one. His belly was rumbling. Okay, we've talked about this on stream before. Do not eat random mushrooms that you find in the forest. That's how you die. Do not eat random berries. Do not eat random mushrooms unless you know exactly what it is. Do not eat it. Without thinking too much, he took a bite. He was surprised by his own recklessness, but it tasted so good. He took a second bite, and his legs went slack. He fell to the ground, writhing in pain. I told you, don't eat random mushrooms you find in the forest. Sorry, hobby. Mario rules. Yeah. Look, just because a plumber in a video game does it, doesn't mean you should do it. And do not whiz on the electric fence. Yeah, do not whiz on the electric fence. I mean, it won't kill you, but it will fucking hurt. The art of his shadow is great. It really is, isn't it? That's, so... It's very reminiscent of Nosferatu, the film. And the way... It's something that's been parodied and referenced in many other vampire films, but it's something that came from Nosferatu. The idea of Dracula's shadow not necessarily doing what he's doing at any given point in time. It's a very, very ominous little feature to have. I love it. Absolutely love it. Like, the shadow is the true form, as it were, in that. No worries, Cypher, you take care. Nosferatu's shadow play and puppetry is fantastic. There's a reason it's such an important work in cinematic history. And not just because it's, like, Nosferatu. I love when shadows aren't right. Yeah, you and me both. I love it even more when it's not noticeable straight away, and then you're just like, oh shit, I knew something was off. He tried to crawl to the exit, to call for help, but only managed to let out a weak whimper. At first, he felt his body burning, but then he lost all sensation. He was completely paralyzed by the toxins, unable to even express horror on his face. Milo watched as the mound of earth seemed to move. It was not dirt, but a strange creature with colorful mushrooms growing on its back. The creature advanced a few feet towards Milo and began to writhe, giving birth to a dozen translucent-skinned, shapeless offspring that began to crawl. Nosferatu hot take. Based as fuck story. This was rhetorical. Fair, Pudlord. Introduced the sun-killing vampires. It did, didn't it? Opening and closing their mouths. Oh, that is nice. Look at that. Look at that. That is glorious. And Milo, unable to even close his eyes or move his head to the other side, watched the hideous creatures slowly swell as they ate him alive. You didn't quite know what to think. Was there a teaching to Milo's story? Thou shalt not steal? Curiosity killed the cat? Personally, you like stories where the line between good and evil is a little bit fuzzier. I like it when my nose doesn't run. I wish this guy told me stories as a kid. One more. Oh, we can have another. Do we want another? Do we want another story? I'll put another poll up so you can pick. There you go. Poll is up. Please cast your votes. We've got 2 minutes. I'll take the opportunity to rest my vocal cords a little bit before I have to do that voice again and have a little drink.
Get nice and moist for me, won't you?
Thank you for the hydrate, Torpor. I don't really have a horse in this race. If you don't have a preference, that's fine. I am giving Porthos butt scritches. Or Poor Thought, as his name now is, apparently. I'm giving him scriptures. I don't see that ever happening. Do you? Just gonna adjust my microphone a little bit. See if the captions will pick me up better if I do. My goal later in life is to become a kind of Santa figure. But should I lose weight, I think I could pull a storytelling totally normal man, not a demon or a vampire at all. That'd be awesome. Mum, thank you for the treat for me. It will be... It's a little white dolphin. Thank you. Glue! Everybody wants glue. Okay then. Godfrey the Glue Maker it is. Glue! Says Liz. This is the story of Godfrey the Glue Maker. Oh my god, I've just had a thought. Okay, this is a very specific point in time and probably only really a UK thing. So I'm sorry to anybody that isn't my sort of age group, and that is not in the UK. But List is basically going, you are welcome to Grisly Tales for Gruesome Kids. A series of cautionary tales for lovers of Scream. I cannot do Nigel Planer's voice. Much as I would love to try, but I see Pudlord and my mother got the reference. Mum, of course, did, because I watched that show a lot as a kid. Grisly Tales for Gruesome Kids was a fantastic partially stop motion animation that was on Channel 3 when I was a kid. And that fucker eating a bug in the popcorn thing, yes. Yes. Goddamn flashbacks. You're welcome, everybody. This has been the Nostalgia Hour. Godfrey was a glue maker. He made glue from horse bones and hooves. At least he didn't make lasagnas. His wasn't the best animal glue in the region, but he'd been very lucky. He sold the glue to a famous bookbinder in town. However, whilst he had built a very lucrative business, Godfrey had not been able to find love. Aww. So someone did have a horse in this race after all. And now it's holding a book together. He was a romantic, a true believer in the concept of the other half. One afternoon, crouched over the dead body of a young foal he had bought from a widow, he had an idea. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. After shaking the dirt off it, the animal had fallen off a cliff and crushed its owner. He cut off the horse's tail with a big pair of scissors, stood up and approached a mirror. Okay, I am growing very concerned about how this story is going to turn out, and there are horse puns happening in chat. The dichotomy of this channel. He raised the horse's tail behind his head, and he liked what he saw. This is fine. It was a new Godfrey, younger, healthier even, with long, silky hair. It didn't take much to make up his mind. Didn't he make animal glue for a living? A few weeks later, and with renewed confidence, Godfrey met the beautiful Isolde, a young woman who ended up being his wife, and whom he loved fervently. Uh-oh. One day, while Godfrey was in his workshop working on a hanging carcass, Isolde approached him from behind. She was smiling from ear to ear, as she had great news to give to her husband. However, it was not fine. Yep. Oh no. But the moment she touched his back, something strange happened. Godfrey's shoulders dislocated with a wet crack, and both arms suddenly shot back, as if powered by strong pistons. The hit landed on her chest. Ruh-roh. Godfrey turned around and saw Isolde on the floor, her eyes wide open. He ran to her, and to his horror found that she was dead. He burst into tears, his face resting on Isolde's chest. Godfrey cried for a long time, unable to move. And his tears moistened the ends of the horse's tail he had glued to his head almost a year ago. Wow. You look at Doug. Doug looks at you and nods. Another story. Oh shit, we can... Do you want to listen to the third one? Or are we done? Have we heard enough of his strange and cautionary tales? That one felt a little bit disjointed, I think. But it was still a good story. Oh, Mum's really into it. Mum's really into it. Okay, unless somebody... Shit was fucked, yo. Yes, it was. Okay. Seeing as there has been no other response, we're gonna do this for Mum. I doubt we need a poll for the option which is remaining. This is true. Yeah, okay. As long as everybody's happy to hear one last story. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it properly this time. You are welcome to Grisly Tales for Gruesome Children. A series of cautionary vampire tales for lovers of Scream. Today's story is the story of Gilbert the Lumberjack. There we go. I'm waiting for it to be a got wood joke. Oh my god. Gilbert wielded the axe as few others could. He lived a nomadic life, dedicated exclusively to work. Carpenters and builders adored him. One day, while chopping at a very thick oak tree, Gilbert heard a groan. He pressed his ear to the trunk. Could the tree be complaining? He removed the axe from the trunk and swung it again. There was no doubt. There was the groan again. Confused, he dropped the axe and paused to think for a few minutes. Gilbert didn't particularly like his job, but it was the only thing he knew how to do. He had estimated that if he kept doing it for 5 more years, he could retire and live in one of the small towns he had passed by. Determined to follow through with his plans, he picked up the axe and ignored the groans of the oak tree. Okay, so we've seen how this turns out when we were playing Broken Age. We made a tree vomit in that game. And then the tree cried. We made a tree vomit and cry. We're terrible people. But from that day on, Gilbert began to hear the sobs of all the trees he felled. This is no joke. So he is a sap. Yes, he is. My mum has basically just gone, oh, great tree puns. These are my speciality. Seriously, every time there's anything relating to a tree, she's there in a second with the first tree pun. So, well done for starting that off there, ma'am. And well done, Torpor, for following through. They were... Oaks, pines, firs, beeches. They all suffered under the lumberjack's axe. Although it wasn't easy for him, Gilbert learned to ignore the whining. It was the only way he could keep working. 5 years later, Gilbert retired. He settled in a village and soon after met Estrid, whom he married. Estrid was slender and frail-looking. Gilbert loved her deeply. Oh my god, mother. Before long, the young woman contracted an illness that left her bedridden. She lay on her bed all day long, and Gilbert brought her tea and sang to her. Estrid grew weaker every day, until one afternoon, an attack of withering pain foretold her end. The woman kept writhing, crying and moaning loudly. Meanwhile, Gilbert was in the courtyard of the house, and although he could hear her, he kept carving, without even blinking, the figures of two lovers melting in a kiss on a sprig of oak. Oof. Ouch. You try to imagine Estrid's last hours, and you feel sick. Do you want another story? No, thank you. It's getting late. Doug asks for one more and looks at Jimmy. Christina's right. Doug starts croaking like a toad, and you pretend not to hear him. Okay, so that chapter can be over really quickly, because you can just say no after the first story is over, or say no before you've even listened to any of the stories by the looks of things. Speedrun tactic? I would never speedrun a game like this because it feels like a disservice to the game. It's if you want to be boring, yeah. Like, it's a story-driven game. It is, you are just literally clicking through the story as quickly as possible. So I'd never want to speedrun something like this. Because you can't take any of it in if you do that. Even if you played it before. This is the kind of game where you really want to be taking it in when you're playing it. Oh, so we've got another person here now. Or are they just leaving? We'll see. List enjoyed telling these stories. There was something about the way he moved his hands, the way he projected his voice, and his shadow. It looked like, I don't know, like he could control the darkness around him. Christine shifts in her chair. But his most striking feature were his eyes. Yeah, there was something about the way he looked at you. Oops. I accidentally clicked through then. Is it you? The couple look at you in silence. They expect you to say something. When was the last time something like this happened? If that's me? The old couple smile, and something snaps inside you. You tell them you are not that person. You're not the author of... Please, I'm busy. You hear the old man tut as they walk away. I just got an achievement called Jerk. He's holding a copy of a book you obviously recognise. Shit, I didn't fucking know that, did I? How was I supposed to know? They wanted an autograph. Can't just say, is it you? To somebody. Well, now I feel like an asshole. Thanks, game. Risen by Falling Stars. With the subtitle your editor added, and you never really liked. The Secret Story of the Cryptids Wars. Oh my god, they called it the Cryptids Wars. That's amazing, I love it. So that's the book that he wrote based on what happened in Pixel Pulp 1. That's so cool. The Cryptids Wars. I love that. Your editor did the right thing there, mate. You even remember the text on the dust jacket. Risen by falling stars, by Lou Hill features exclusive first-person reports on the last battle of the Cryptid Wars in 1966. Risen by Falling Stars had sold more than 100,000 copies. Christine coughs, and you apologise. The smiles of the old couple stick with you. Where were those smiles when you released your last book and couldn't sell the minimum required by the publisher? Where were we? Okay, so we're going back to the kids now. This makes sense. I wonder how many chapters this is. Like, shit, am I going to finish this before I thought I would? Varney Lake. You know that if you lived here, it wouldn't be the same. That all of this has value because it has an end. Oh, I was wrong. He doesn't live here. I think only Doug lives here then. Christine takes out her notebook. Although you did lots of things, you couldn't achieve anything on the summer bucket list. But does it matter? Okay, so the eels didn't count, apparently. I mean, I got an achievement saying I caught 9 fish, but... Gotta head out. Good reading? Thank you very much, Pudlord. Thank you so much for being here. It's been lovely to have you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a fantastic weekend. And maybe we'll see you tomorrow for the Eurovision watch party? You see your friends smile, and you can't help but copy them. You'd like to tell them how much you love them, but you feel embarrassed. Will you be brave tonight? Ooh. You don't understand. Why is it so hard to talk to her? Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you never really had the choice. Like every year, all the kids gather on the beach of the lake to watch the fireworks. Explosions of colour in the sky mark the end of summer. Even though you try to smile, you find it hard to hide the pit you've been feeling in your stomach for the last few days. The simple realisation that nothing lasts forever. How many more summers like this one will you have? Do you hear that? Neither of you says anything. Neither one of you ever says anything. It's the toads. Christine grimaces and looks at you. My ADHD brain is refusing to let me finish prep for the BTM one-shot I was planning. Is it... Like, do you have a set date or time that you need to have it done by? Or is it something that you can take a break from for now? Because sometimes the best thing to do in a situation like this is to just take a break from it for a bit. And you may even find that taking that little break will recharge your creative batteries enough that you can come back to it a little bit later in the evening or tomorrow. No date or anything, I just want to finish it. That's fair, Buff. But try not to put too much pressure on yourself to get it finished ASAP. Because, well, frankly, speaking as somebody that's done that with RP campaigns they've been building and has seen Slow do the exact same thing, that tends to be a surefire way to ensure that you don't get it finished quickly. Because you put too much on yourself and you don't end up giving yourself the breaks that you need. And even when you're doing something you enjoy, you need to take breaks from it every now and then, just, you know, to refresh yourself. Maybe, like, go get a bit of fresh air or get yourself a drink and have a little snack or something and then see how you're feeling about it after that. A little bit of self-care. Maintenance. See if that kicks the brain back into gear. Doug taps you on the shoulder. Okay, do we want to be a miserable bastard and not annoy Christine, or do we want to play along and make frog noises? Or toad noises, as the case may be. I think we want to play along. Hey, Kian, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. And I hope your computer's behaving, because I know you've been having some issues with it today. Hope it's being nice for you. Fuck it, we're going to play along. Doug bursts into laughter. Yes, Jimmy. Croak. DJ Nerd, welcome on in. Thank you so much for trusting me with your community today. And thank you for the follow. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Welcome on in. Sorry if you're caught by adverts at the moment. I'll try and be a bit more patient. But yeah, I hope your stream went really well. I can see you were playing Discworld Noir, which is a point-and-click adventure game I have yet to play, but it is on the to-do list because I love Discworld and I love noir adventure games. Forgot to do the raid message. Oh, don't worry about it. I always forget to do raid messages. Hey, Arcraft, welcome in. How you doing? Capellasaur, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We are the Nerd Herd. Beep, beep. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Well, welcome on in, Nerd Herd. DJ Nerd, if you need to raid and rest, then by all means, please do so. Thank you again for the raid and the follow. But yeah, I can appreciate that after a stream, even if it's only been a short one, you might need to just, do a little bit of meat mecha maintenance. David Bowie's fashion, but with nerds. Yes, love it. Love it. Hello, Capellasaur. Yeah. And same goes for raiders. If you need to raid and rest, please feel free to do so. We do have a Lurkers Lounge here, ! Lurk. We'll pop you in there. Yeah, welcome on in, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And I'm sure you had a wonderful time on DJ Nerd's stream. We are... Oh, I need to do the raid thing, don't I? Okay, so for those that haven't been here before, hello, my name is Hobbytan. I'm a variety streamer based in Scotland. And tonight we're doing things a little bit differently to usual. We're doing a community-requested watch party for Eurovision tomorrow. So tonight we're doing what I'd normally do on a Saturday night. Playing a little bit of a horror game. This horror game is the absolutely fantastic Pixel Pulp Adventures number 2, Varney Lake, which is the story of 3 friends who meet a vampire during their summer vacation. I have half a glass of cherry brandy, then I must sleep. No worries at all, Arcraft, and you enjoy that cherry brandy. I love a bit of cherry brandy. Love this BBC Micro feel. Yeah, the Pixel Pulps are so beautiful. They use limited colour palettes really effectively. And the music is so good as well. The sound design, the art design, everything about them is just so good. And the stories are really fun. My country is normally a horror show in Eurovision. That's half the fun of it though, isn't it, Kian? We're doing bingo, we're doing sweepstakes. There's a few fun things happening for the watch party. I'm quite excited about it. Ireland's days of winning Eurovision are long gone. Fair. I don't think the UK ever had days of winning Eurovision, as it were. I think we've won it maybe once or twice, but... I think our entry this year is called I Have a Song to Sing, or something like that. Or I Wrote a Song, which is just... Don't diss the fizz! No, we like the fizz! Semis this year were great, looking forward to tomorrow. Oh, awesome. Well, if you want to join us for the watch party, feel free to do so. Be lovely to have you all. Ooh, okay, Christine's angry. I've just seen Maggie, so go on. Croak like a horny toad. Doug looks down. What's wrong with Christine? She knows her cousin is in love with Maggie. Why would she say something like that? Doesn't she talk to you all the time about her boyfriend? Doug kicks a rock. So now we know a little bit more about who Maggie is. Maggie is not one of these three. This is Christine, this is Jimmy, and this is Doug. Jimmy is madly in love with Christine, has been for a very long time. Christine knows, but she has a boyfriend, and she's been playing it dumb the entire time, because she just wants to enjoy the company of her friends. Doug is Christine's cousin. Yeah. So that's the kind of dynamic we've got going here. Christine is also the oldest of the group. Doug is the youngest. Ireland peaked with My Lovely Horse. It's a good name for a song. Didn't watch the semis, but watching Twitter reactions was funny. Those Jedward hobbits look fun. Okay, I have no idea what that's all about, but I'm excited to find out. I also didn't watch the semis. I'm going into it basically as blind as is physically possible for me. Just so that tomorrow's extra fun. Fretlock's blowing in the wind. Okay, Brandon's not dead. The vampire didn't kill Brandon. What did he do to Brandon? Brandon looks very different from how he used to look. Like, he was a lot... He looks a lot rounder than he did at the beginning of summer. I have no idea if they made it through, but I hope you see them and go, Jedward hobbits! We'll see. I'm intrigued now. You want to say something to Brandon. But you see Brandon. He looks... lost. Oh my god, what did the vampire do to Brandon? The vampire can't kill Brandon. How would the vampire bite someone who doesn't have a neck? Bravo. Oh no, Stream Elements has crapped itself again, I forgot. Oh no, good jokes on StreamerBot. StreamerBot died. That's what happened. Oh no. StreamerBot, why you die? That never happens. Let's try that again. StreamerBot. Don't make me do this the hard way. Curious. Third time's a charm. There we go. I don't know if the You Died played either. Everything's just gone kind of fucky tonight. I did have to update everything, so maybe it's something to do with the updates. What has he done to Brandon? So for those that weren't here for part 1 of the playthrough, Brandon was bullying us. And he's got to be a good 4 or 5 years our senior. He's a meat brick, as is blatantly obvious. Not only is he a meat brick, but he was very athletic looking at the beginning of the game. And we saved a vampire from dying in the sun. And the vampire said he was indebted to us. And then he took care of Brandon. And I thought that meant he'd killed him. But evidently not. It appears he's just killed his brain. But yeah, holy shit. Whatever List has done, he has done a number on this poor bastard. You remember end of summer parties of the past. How most kids avoided the place where Brandon and his gang hung out. That Brandon everyone was afraid of. What had Liz done to him to leave him like that? Look who we have here. The guys surround Brandon, and Brandon doesn't seem to understand what's about to happen. But who Brandon once pushed out of a moving car, Tommy, from whom Brandon had stolen a slinky just to wrap it around his leg. Did the vampire get your bot? Maybe. Potato, potato, no brain either way. Yeah, fair. Leaving him with marks that, according to the doctor who treated him, were permanent. Steve, whom Brandon had lifted by the collar of his shirt with one hand and his underpants with the other, to use him as if he were a battering ram to take down his friends, whilst the rest of the gang exploded with laughter. And your friends? Everyone had been talking about it. Without violent and abusive Brandon, the boys were no longer afraid of them. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. I do love potatoes. Lurk food and stuff. Yeah, no worries at all. You enjoy your time in the Lurkers Lounge, DJ Nerd, and thank you again for the raid. It's very much appreciated. None of the other members of the gang would dare to come to the fireworks. But what about Brandon? Why had he come? Okay. I know all three of those lads have got very good reasons for wanting to bully Brandon now that they are empowered to do so. But personally, I think what they're doing is wrong. Everything happens too fast. And the moment he hits the ground, everyone starts kicking him. Stop, please. You'll see, motherfucker. Oh no. No. Do you like that, son of a bitch? Oh no, 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 no. Each explosion illuminates Brandon's terrified face from a different angle. Look at the big baby crying. Should we call Mummy? Oh, right. She'd rather stick her head in the oven than watch you grow up. Oh my god, you horrible bastards. When the smoke dissipates, Brandon takes a few steps back. Look! The guys point at him, laughing. He pissed his pants! Poor sod. Come on, let's get closer to the fireworks. He won't bother anyone anymore. Some spit on him before walking away. Others kick him. None of you move. Brandon looks at you. And you look down at the floor, not quite knowing what to feel. Fireworks mark the end of the summer. And the beginning of something that haunts you to this day. As it bloody well should. Okay, before we carry on, that was a lot. I hope everyone in chat is okay. Now, I was a victim of bullying as a child. And And some of it was pretty fucking horrendous. There were lots of kids at my school that got it worse than I did. But I would never, ever do that to someone that bullied me. If I had the opportunity to. Those kids wanted revenge and they ended up being just as bad as Brandon was. And doing something like that, it doesn't make you feel better. What they really needed was to heal from their experiences, and committing violence on the person that did that to them is not going to allow them to heal. And we know more about Brandon now as well. He'd lost his mother. If that happened before List did what he did to him, that could potentially be a trigger that's resulted in him bullying other kids. Not saying that what he did was right, because it certainly as hell wasn't. But this is just, it perpetuated the cycle of violence. And it's heartbreaking that they did that to him, knowing full well that he wasn't anywhere near able to defend himself from what they did. Horrible, horrible stuff. Two wrongs don't make a right, exactly, Mum. Yeah, that was awful. I personally found that kind of distressing to read. So if folks would prefer, we can take a little break now, because I can appreciate you might need a little bit of a breather after that. And I'm perfectly happy to do so. I want to make sure that everybody here is safe and comfortable. But if you're all feeling okay, then happy to continue. But I am going to have a little drink first. Oh. And a stretch. I'm actually going to take an opportunity to have a little bit of meat mecha maintenance before we continue. Okay. Quick drink. Right. I think I'm okay to continue. We must be getting close to the end now, because they're at the end of summer in their story. Why, Christine? Why didn't we do anything? Oh, Mum, thank you for the treat for me. That's very kind of you. A little bit of sugar to brighten the mood. It is a blue dolphin. Seem to be getting a lot of dolphins tonight. We couldn't possibly imagine what was going to happen. We couldn't know, it's true. But we just watched Christine. Doug, Christine. That vengeful son of a bitch, Brandon, killed him. Killed him! Yep, there we go. Doug's dead. That's why he's not here at the interview. If we'd intervened that night at the beach, if we'd stopped them... No. It's not fair. There was nothing you could have done. Or at least, nothing that could have changed your cousin's destiny. Lou clears his throat, and the noise brings you back to the present. There's no easy way to put it. So I'm just gonna say it. Doug, your cousin, your friend, who everyone thought was dead in the months following that summer of 1954. He's alive! Oh no, he's not alive. There's no way he's alive, he's undead. I'm telling you that now, he's undead. What? Yep. And I can prove it. But, Brandon, your head starts spinning. Just listen to me. It won't take long. This newspaper is from December 9th, 1954. Your cousin had disappeared on December 1st. Every newspaper tells more or less the same story. Watching from a window, an eyewitness saw a big boy savagely beating a smaller one. He went inside to call the police. When he came back, both boys were gone. A few days later, the witness recognized Doug's face on the missing posters put up by the family. It was the same boy the big guy had beaten ferociously. When the police showed him some pictures, he also recognized Brandon, the prime suspect in the investigation, after everything that happened that summer at Varney Lake, and whom the police had been unable to question because he was missing. Everyone drew the same obvious conclusion. Brandon was behind Doug's disappearance. But the newspapers also mention a second witness in passing. Benjamin Vanstone, an addict who lived on the streets. The police took his testimony. However, his statements were dismissed on the assumption that he was some kind of hallucination. Vanstone had stated that a winged figure appeared above the big boy. And that with one swipe, it had cut off his head. I like List. List is a good friend. Do you think they still played chess together after Christine and Jimmy had gone home? The smaller boy was dying. The figure held him in their arms and stuck its fangs into his neck. Fucking told you. At that point, Vanstone got scared, hid in an alley, and didn't come out for a few hours. Those are some fantastic shocked expressions. They never saw that coming. A few days later, he showed up to testify. Couldn't stand the nightmares anymore. Nobody believed him. You understand what this means, right? List turned Doug into a vampire. Lou nods. No. It can't be. Jimmy speaks softly, with a broken voice. You look at him, with an overwhelming desire to hug him. And you? What do you feel? Your cousin, Doug, he's alive. And what about Brandon? What had List done with Brandon's body? Didn't his family deserve to know what happened to him? Does it matter? If the story Lou just told you was true, Brandon had tried to kill your cousin. Brandon. Never mind that he was your first kiss. Brandon was a son of a bitch. Wait. How awkward would it be if Brandon was her boyfriend that worked at the cinema? Can't be. Can't be. You take a deep breath. How many years has it been? No. Doug would have told us. Look. I took his picture a few weeks ago. It's for the book I'm writing. A biography about Doug. The Vampire Kid. I can't believe it. The seconds pass. Raindrops clatter relentlessly on the sidewalk. With the perseverance of ruminative thought, why didn't Doug ever contact you in all these years? Where is he now, right? However, two fangs might make a white. Bravo, Torpor. That was a fantastic joke. I love that. Well done. Lou had told you he didn't know the current whereabouts of your friend, the vampire kid, and that he'd let you know as soon as he had more information. Now we have to wait. Listen. Are you okay? Can I give you a ride somewhere? What? Christine repeats the question. Hey! Christine tries to smile. Come here. I'll take you home. No thanks. I need to walk. Jimmy? You make an effort to look her in the eyes. Christine doesn't say anything else. You give her a kiss on the cheek, and you walk away in the rain. That's really nice. Really nicely done. Rain is always very difficult to do in video games. And in animation as well. Just animation in general. Rain is very difficult to get right. And they've done a very good job of it with very limited resources here. Doug is alive. Why didn't he ever call his mother? Does he know how his family suffered? How you suffered? You still remember the day Christine called you to tell you about it. Christine was sure that they were going to find him. That Doug was fine. But you suspected the worst. Senior year of high school was one of the hardest. All you could think about were Doug's plans. It seemed so unfair that someone had taken away his future. Far from diminishing, the pain grew as the years went by. Alcohol helped you sometimes, made you forget. You never stopped visiting your friend's mother, even though she didn't lose hope. She suddenly flew into fits of hysteria that tore you apart. You think about what Lou told you. About the witness who had seen the posters papering the whole town. As soon as you heard about his disappearance, you travelled to join the search. Doug lived in the same town as Brandon. How could you not see that something like this would happen? That Brandon would seek revenge? So much pain. The alcohol, the street fights, the army, Vietnam, the shootings, the smell of the jungle. Return to the country, the desire to leave everything. The nights sleeping on the streets, the fights in the shelter. And now a guy like Lou comes along and tells you that Doug is alive? Who the fuck does he think he is? You try to calm down. You know someone is following you. It's the same person who was watching you in the bar, hiding behind a newspaper. It's not the first time you've been followed since you came back from Vietnam. And you know exactly what you have to do to lose them. After a while, you get out of the van and wander aimlessly. Or at least, that's what you think you're doing. The rain follows your every move. You hurry your pace, driven by a force you can't define. A certain attraction. The deer, you suddenly think. What the fuck? This was something you and Doug used to talk about. In one of his magazines, Doug had read about a doctor who claimed there were people who had a hard time seeing what they were thinking. People who were thinking about an apple and who couldn't see it in their head. You didn't see the apple, but you could swear that for a second, you could see the deer exactly as it had been back in 54. What the fuck? The drive-in theatre. Like the deer in the mill. Something, or someone, brought you here. You're soaking wet and your legs hurt. How far have you walked already? You cross the grounds, facing the huge screen among the poles of the drive-in's audio system. Some are crooked, some broken in two, but others still have their speakers plugged in. And you even think you can hear static. There he is. Doug. Your friend who had died. And now is alive. Doug. Doug takes a few seconds to answer. Who the fuck are you? You croak at the top of your lungs. Jimmy? Jimmy! All these years. Why, Doug? Why the fuck didn't you tell us anything? Your heartbeat quickens with every step he takes. He doesn't look like the same Doug. Jimmy. Why? You really think I didn't try? Your mum, your friends, me, Nosferatu in the background. I'm glad they did that. Like, I thought the shadow before was, List just hanging about, but no, it's Nosferatu. He's watching Nosferatu. Sitting there in his truck going, he's just like me. Except I have better hair. Have any idea how much we suffered because of you? You'd like to tell him about that first year of desperate search, about the false hope whenever the phone rang, of the grades at school, of the jobs you got kicked out of Vietnam, the alcohol, the streets, the hunger. But you don't even know where to start. A shriek freezes your blood. And you stop feeling the floor beneath your feet. Let go of me! No! Oh shit. One of the broken speaker poles pierces your stomach. Jimmy! It's my fault. They won't let me. Doug. I wouldn't forgive myself for being late again. Max Schrecker's counter. Oh wow. That's brilliant. Look at that. That is some Lost Boys shit right there. That's beautiful stuff. Love it. Love it. You know what? I want that one too. Spoilers, obviously, but that is ace. Come here. Let me help you. The reflection of the drive-in screen makes Doug's fangs glow. Oh, it'll just take a second. Then you'll feel better. With the last of your strength, you grab Doug by the arm, and you shake your head. Jimmy, please. Promise me. But Listen to me. No. I'm tired. Doug looks away. But he doesn't retract his fangs. You try to smile and try to imitate a toad. Little by little, you feel yourself disappearing. Close your eyes. And you wait for everything else to fade away. We're going to go to Christine now. No! Oh, wow! Okay, no, I like that. That was good. LCB have knocked it out of the park again. I really, really enjoyed that. And I'm glad that we didn't go to Christine. Like, Christine gets to live the rest of her life. It sucks that... That was a rad ending, but why do I feel it was the bad ending? That's a very good question. I don't know if there's anything we could have done at any point during the game to get a different ending. I might be wrong, though. I suppose there's only one way for me to find out. Oh, we've got some ellipses. We got a secret scene! John Carpenter's Christine. He didn't keep his promise. I really enjoyed that. That was a fantastic little vampire story. I hope you folks all enjoyed it too. I genuinely love the pixel pulps. I think they're so well put together. It's just some lads out on the town, having a nice time watching a horror movie together. Like, having there be such an age gap between Jimmy and Doug visibly at the end there for that secret scene is fantastic because it means they can now go off and pretend that they're like father and son, and nobody will know any different. They get to be together, which is nice. And, you know, Jimmy wanted the summer to last forever. Now it can. He's gonna regret that, though. I think they both are. This one was rad. It was. It was a lot of fun. Let's see what we unlocked in the gallery. So for catching 3 fish, we got all of the character profile cards. That's nice. Or some character profile cards anyway, because these aren't... Oh, maybe these are early designs for the characters. And then that's List's house. This is the one we got for getting all the info about Mothmen. This is the one we got for annoying List, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is ask an insensitive question, get an angry vampire. This one's cool. This is for listening to all of List's stories. This is what we get for being an asshole to our fans. Solving the matchstick puzzle gets us these 3. This is a really nice picture. Oh, there we go, look. Art of the actual characters as they appeared in the game. That was for losing a catch. So the one that got away did as a service, anyway. Watch the credits until the end. Watching Secret Scene 1. That is such a good picture. Like, the artist that did this specific piece of art, props to you. That is fantastic. Like, I was immediately transported to watching Lost Boys for the first time. And That is a very good thing. I love that film so much. And okay, so the last Pixel Pulps had so many references to different versions of the Mothman mythos in it. That made me so happy. You folks that were here for that know how excited I got about all of the different sort of Mothman facts that were embedded into that game. But this has referenced basically every bit of vampire media that I love, from beginning to end. And folks that know me and know the channel know I'm a massive vampire lore nerd, so this has been so good for me. I genuinely think out of the three of them, Bansen Nights is going to be the one that I'm going to be least attached to, purely because, like, Twist is a great fucking film, and I really like the idea they're going for from what I've seen of it and from what I've read about it. But these two, 1 and 2, have scratched very specific itches for me. But this has been so fun. If I had the right parts and more confidence in my ability to kit bash, I would try and make an Oslan captain with a big axe like the one in the uniforms of the Empire book. Ooh! I think you should try anyway, Rocket. Because you never know until you try. And you may surprise yourself. Like, some of the kit bashes that I've done, I didn't think I'd be able to do it. But I managed it. Maybe not to the level of quality that I would have necessarily wanted, but you gotta start somewhere. And I've seen the work you do. It's good stuff. I think you could do it. Yeah, I think you could do it. I believe in you. Give it a go. And if you genuinely don't feel ready to do it yet, try for a slightly simpler kit bash that's in the same sort of realms, and then do that. But I think you can do it. I have faith in you. You're a very talented artist. Okay, so there are 4 secret scenes, which suggests that there are 4 different endings. It's also the fact that parts like that for the Empire were never released. But I'm sure you could find something that would do the same job. There are a wealth of 3D print folk in our community. And 3D design folk in our community as well, who I'm sure would be able to assist you. Most vampire stuff makes me want to play World of Darkness again. The campaign I played a few years ago ended prematurely on a bad note, but I'd like to revisit it. I have never played World of Darkness, but would really like to. I'm a little bit nervous about the idea of getting into it though, because I know there's a lot of like complicated political shit involved, and I'm not sure how good I'd be at keeping all of that info in my head. 4 more endings, we had an ending. When you say 4 more endings, there's only 3 more secret scenes. So that would suggest that there's 3 more different endings you can get. Surely. Or am I missing something here? I think you could do it, Rocket. There's a wealth of resources online now as well. Like, it's a lot easier to get and make things. This one here is watch all secret scenes. So if you watch secret scene 2, 3, and 4, then this will automatically unlock at that point. This is basically a reward for being a completionist. Some people tend to play it like superheroes with fangs. Our campaign was very much high seas adventure. Oh, that sounds fun. I do love that they, yeah, so there's only 4 secret scenes. So you can play solitaire there. I'm guessing this is matchstick puzzles. Though we did do a matchstick puzzle, so why it's not unlocked, I don't know. I'll have to figure out what that is and let you folks know on Discord. Anyway, that was a fantastic little game, and I'm really glad that I decided to play this tonight, seeing as we're doing the watch party tomorrow. Because at least that way, like, it wasn't waiting for another week, because I've been itching to play more of it. Really, really enjoyed it. And even, like, the heavier moments I've really enjoyed, so I hope you feel the same about that. Remember to vampires in a world of darkness. Security cameras are like gargoyles through whose eyes you can see. Oh, that's neat. Right, I'm going to take us through to the ending screen. I'm going to test to see whether Stream Elements is playing nice now.
Goodbye.
Okay, so the current giveaway is active and is working. You are most welcome, Rocket and Tidders. Oh, Graph's in there, purchasing tickets. Lovely stuff. Hello, Graph, welcome in. I take it you've been lurking. Either that or you've got very good ticket senses. So, today's game is a... Slurking the whole time! Well, thank you very much for gracing the Lurkers Lounge with your presence, Graph. I really do appreciate it. And I'm a tipsy. Oh no! Oh no! Steen! Hello! Ticket senses tingled. Welcome on, Einstein. I hope you're doing well. Wonderful Batman stream earlier, by the way. I had a lot of fun watching you while I was working.
Hello there.
Hello, Graph. Okay, so the giveaway today is for a copy of Pilgrims, which looks very fun and silly. Also been lurking, I'm glad. Well, thank you for lurking as well. Very much appreciated. Okay, so we currently have 2 entrants. This is your last chance to get a ticket for a copy of Pilgrims for Steam if you want to enter. Exclamation mark ticket will get you 1 ticket. You can purchase up to 10 tickets by typing exclamation mark ticket space and then the number of tickets you wish to purchase up to the value of 10. Graph found out last time that if you type anything above 10, Stream Elements then goes, no, you cannot have any tickets. So, don't do that. It doesn't work. So, if anybody does want to enter, now is your last chance. I'll give you a little bit of time. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a little bit for the lag. The giveaway is closed. Negative numbers are also right out. Yes, they are. If you enter pi, it gives you 1 ticket. So according to Stream Elements, pi is approximately 1. Okay, so 2 entrants, 11 tickets purchased, and our winner is... Graph! Congratulations! With a 90.91% chance of winning, Graph has taken the prize. Wow, Stream Elements is really struggling today. I will send you the code in a little bit, Graph. Congratulations on your win there. Right. So, as I said earlier, we're raiding into someone in particular tonight. Where are they? Here we are. We are going to raid into UKSM Live, a UK-based speedrun marathon channel, and my fellow Clock Tower member and fellow speedrunner, Garlips, is going to be doing some speedrun marathon stuff on there in approximately 10 minutes. So we're going to go on over and show our support and hopefully have a nice little time. So let's get a shout out for them as well. There we go. So that's who we're raiding. Just in case you want to join the raid but don't get pulled through with the actual raid, as it happens sometimes. Okay, let's get that raid on the go.
Goodbye.
I will do, Torpor. Thank you very much. Right. I will be back tomorrow at the earlier time of 7:45 PM UK time. We are going to be doing the community requested Eurovision Grand Finals watch party. If you are in the Discord, you can also partake in the sweepstakes, the bingo, and the drinking game that will be going on over the course of the stream. I will not be partaking in the drinking game because alcohol sets my arthritis off, and I will be sitting here for like 4 hours, so that's going to be painful enough as is. But if you want to partake, you are more than welcome to do so. There's the Discord for anybody that wants to join. Right. I am going to go and have a little bit of a rest and a bit of food. Food's a good idea. Thank you so much everyone that's been here today. Thank you again to DJ Nerd for the raid and the follow, and to Capellasaur for the follow as well. And thank you to Agent Sinister for the resub. I've had a lot of fun with this game. I'm really looking forward to the next one in the series. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. But as always, until I do see you next, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, wash your fucking hands, and have a great weekend, everyone, however you're spending it. Bye-bye.